That would happen if you're taking Diet Coke out of certain buildings or something like that.
Sure.
Then there'd be a run.
Ask and make sure. Should be good. So just keep that.
All right, thank you for coming. This is the administrative hearing for May 15th, 2024. My name is Aaron Ardmore. I'll be acting as the administrative hearing officer for today. There are two items on the agenda. I'll go ahead and read in the first item in a second, but just as far as how the meetings go, as the hearing officer, I'll introduce the item. The staff member will run through the overview of their staff report. We'll give the applicant time to respond or to add to the staff report. Then we'll open up to the public. We'll close the public, and then I'll make a decision on each item. So item one is Westland Construction request project plan approval for a new airplane hangar in the airport zone located at 3420 West Mike Jense Pkwy, hangar 2018, and that's in the Provo Bay neighborhood. Mary Barnes is the staff member with the staff report on this one, so go ahead, Mary.
Awesome, thank you. Do you want a handheld?
Well, I don't mind. Do I have to?
You just need to be either near one of those or next
You
to
can
your
just-
handheld.
you can just sit
down.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you can sit.
That's great.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Perfect. All right, so I just wanted to put it in context for anyone who might be listening or anyone who's here. It's just like in the middle of the hangar area, the hangar complex at the Provo City Airport, right there on Lakeview Parkway. The project is a 8,500 square foot warehouse, acting as an airplane hangar. And it's bounded, it's kind of unique in that it's bounded by two other hangars and then two taxiways or taxi lanes for aircraft. So this is really the only use that really makes sense in this empty area of land, right? Moving forward, I wanted to also add that the airport board and director have already approved this project. And this is a permitted use in the zone. Okay, moving forward, these are the elevations for the hangar. Pretty typical, same as the ones that are right next to it. Looks like a warehouse. It is a warehouse. It has these. Let's see if this works. Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. But you can kind of see it's hand drawn in. There's these floodlights that will be pointed downwards to make sure it doesn't distract any other aircraft in the area. But there will be floodlights on the building as required in the code. Then floor plan. Oh, and I also want to mention it's 40 feet tall, which is within the requirements. And the warehouse area will be 1 story. You can see where the airplanes are kind of drawn in there. But then this area on the side, on the 1st story, it's like a lobby, a little kitchenette, that kind of thing. And then there is a 2nd story. You can see the stairs in the lobby. 2nd story is 2 small offices and 1 small conference room. So with parking on this, again, this is like kind of that unique project where there's not much room for a parking lot right there. Technically, according to our parking ratios for warehousing and office, this would require about 16 stalls. There is room for 3 stalls in the, I'm just gonna walk up. This is, okay, it's fine. There's room for 3 stalls right here, 1, 2, 3. Anyways, oh yeah, that's great. Or did I just do that?
You did that.
Oh no. Okay. Well, where that line is where there's room for parking stalls. 3 of them. So the remaining 13 will most likely be. I can go back. Are you holding the top button? I'm trying to go back. Can you go back to the first one? Further back? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I don't want to write anything else, but you can see on the ends of those hangars, there's some cars that are parked there. So that's kind of going to be where any other employees or patrons are going to park. On the ends of the rows of hangars, plus those 3 that are inside the building. The applicant won't be adding any signs, landscaping, trash storage, fencing. There's no abutting residential zones. And the applicant is working with the airport division to make sure all the minimum standards and requirements are met for aeronautical business, which is required in Chapter 13 of our code. There is 1 requirement about an FAA form that the applicant will have to fill out, but the airport director has stated that Brian Torreson's gonna make sure that the applicant gets that FAA form in. So in conclusion, can you go to the last, oh wait, it's working. Okay, Provo City staff, we recommend approval on this item. This meets the airport master plan, I should mention that earlier. The airport board has already approved it. It's the only use that makes sense in the area. And as the airport continues to grow and expand, this hangar will be a great addition to the airport overall complex. Any questions?
Not right now, thank you. And we have the applicant here. Do you want to add anything to?
No, I thought Mary did a very good job. The one issue that we have run into, because it's so tight, it's basically the same size of the hangar right next to it is the parking side. So we made it so we could at least get 3 or 4 vehicles in there, but the airport does provide parking outside of the north gate. And so we would just have to carpool people in the event that we had more than 3 cars.
I do have a question for you. That southeast kind of Mill Tailings parking lot along Mike Jense Pkwy, is that for?
No, so that's an area that they're using for lay down for other things and stuff like that. This is for the helicopter guys right here. Right here, there's about 20 parking stalls that are set up by the airport for people using these hangars in there. And they're right by the north gate. And then we're putting in a man gate right here as well for the airport so people can walk through. So.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my mic wasn't on, sorry. Okay, all right, so thank you. Do we have any public that wants to speak on this item? Okay, seeing no public, I will close the public hearing portion of item 1. I've reviewed the staff report and heard the presentation. I agree with the findings that this is permitted use in the zone. The airport has approved it. It's compliant with our master plan, and see no reason to not approve this. So I'll go ahead and approve as recommended in the staff report, item 1. Westland Construction requests public plan approval for new airplane hangar in the airport zone located at 3420 West Mike Jense Pkwy, hangar 2018 in the Provo Bay neighborhood. So you'll just need to follow up and get necessary permits.
Yeah, that's what we'll go with next. So, thank you.
All right, thank you for coming. We'll move on to item number 2.
Yeah. Wait, can you clear?
Sarah Van Cleve requests a conditional use permit for a residential facility with 4 persons with a disability, standard land use code 1292, for an existing building in the general commercial zone located at 1625 West Center Street, and that's in the Provo Bay neighborhood. Nancy Robeson has the staff report and presentation for this item.
Okay, so here's the location on the map where it is on Center Street. It's a picture of the facility. It opened as a motel in 1997. And it operated as such until approximately 2018. Right now, the building is being used as housing for extremely low income, disabled or domestic violence tenants. The Provo City Housing Authority signed a 5-year lease on August 1st of 2021. They were not aware that at the time that they needed a conditional use permit. That is because it's zoned for general commercial, and a motel is a conditional use for general commercial, and any place that a residential area is allowed, then it can be used as a facility for persons with a disability. So it just has to have that conditional use to be considered a motel or a residence, and then it could be used. That's why they're asking for the conditional use permit. They're only asking for it for a temporary one, for when their lease expires until September 1st, 2026. They have 27 individuals that currently reside. They are all 1 room or 1 occupant per unit. And so they're just asking for the temporary conditional use, and they will then have that time to be able to relocate their individuals that are housed on the property. Staff feels comfortable with issuing the conditional use permit. Housing for some of the most vulnerable citizens of Provo is one of our highest goals that we have. And providing this permit until September 1st of 2026 would hopefully give sufficient time to Provo City Housing Authority to relocate the individuals housed on their property. We also did get 2 emails in favor of having the use continue for that conditional use.
Okay, all right, thank you, Nancy. I don't believe the applicant is here, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so I will open up to the public. If there's any public comment, now's the time to speak up if you want to say anything on this item.
Well, it's a good use for the people can get the.
Sorry, can you state your name and the city you reside in?
My name is Roy Patel, and I live in Provo. And it's a good use for the people to get back on their feet, stabilize their life again. And Provo Housing helping that, so there should be. Everybody should do by the book, so, and they apply for the conditional use, and I am in favor too.
I appreciate that, Mr. Patel. You have anything to add? All right, thanks. No other public in the room, so I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Just want to make note that typically a conditional use permit runs with the land perpetually. With this one, there is the first condition is that it shall expire on September 1st, 2026. So just want to make that clear. And then the other, as you noted, the other condition is that occupancy shall be limited to 1 tenant per room. With those conditions and finding no concerns that need further mitigation, I would approve item 2 as written in the staff report with the conditions recommended by staff. that is it for our admin hearing today. So we'll go ahead and close the hearing.
Thank you.